In this edition of Waterpolo World, it's finals, finals and semi-finals. We were in Trieste for the first match of the Women's Euro Cup final. A report from Istanbul, where the Challenger Cup Final 4 was in session. And a look at the Men's Challenger Cup semi-finals. This season's European Aquatics Women's Challenger Cup Final 4 stage was set in Istanbul, Turkey. The remaining 4 teams eager to lift the prestigious trophy had underlined the 22nd and 23rd of February as 2 steps towards first place. Turkey's Galatasaray Zaan and İzmir Büyükşehir, Serbia's Waterpolo club Vojvodina and Croatia's Mladost were among the top 4 teams of this season's edition. But let's rewind to the path that led upon this. December's qualification round 2 ended up with İzmir and Galatasaray securing the top 2 spots. The 2 Turkish representatives were joined by Vojvodina and Mladost, who booked their tickets as the first and the second place teams in their groups, with the qualification portion being played in Serbia's Novi Sad. It's worthy to note, İzmir and Vojvodina were the only teams that managed to take maximum points when it came to the previous round of the competition. 3 games, 3 wins, with 43 goals scored. It's pretty impressive, isn't it? The stage at the largest city in Turkey was set. First, the semi-final game scheduled for Saturday was up. The host of the tournament, Galatasaray, went head-to-head with Vojvodina. The Turkish side had a clear goal: emulate their male counterparts, who had won the men's title last year. And the first step towards it was indeed made. It was Galatasaray who booked their place in the grand finale, thanks to a magnificent display in the last 2 quarters. Vojvodina had led 4 times throughout the first 16 minutes of the match. But once Dilara Burali, the captain of the Turkish club, scored the penalty shot with 12 seconds to go before half-time for 4-5, her second goal of the game, the advantage remained on their side. Vojvodina tried to get close. Trailing by 2 midway through the penultimate quarter was as close as it could get. Galatasaray had solutions for the attacking display, such as Elizaveta Ivanova, who scored 6 goals, all of them in the second half, securing the top scorer status of the match. Talk about goal-scoring mood. 13-8 for Galata, another win in the books for the Turkish club, who well-deservedly progressed to the grand final. Moving on to the second semi-final, İzmir versus Mladost. It was the last season's title holders versus the last season's bronze medalists who ended the eventful day. The winning sequence was extended. 13 games without a single defeat. İzmir cruising to yet another title. The upper hand was established right in the first quarter. 3 goals of an advantage was built on to become 5, then 6 with 8 minutes to go. 11-5. 4 goals on the nominal host side. 3 for the guests. But it was pretty clear, İzmir's lead was unattainable. An interesting game with a special shout out to the penalty shots, 6 of them to be precise. Some were missed, some were transformed into additional +1 on the score sheet, some were saved. But we stopped the clock at 14-8 as the final result. So we have our finalists as well as our potential bronze medal winners. İzmir versus Galatasaray and Mladost versus Vojvodina. On we go then. Sunday's programme opened with the bronze medal match. Can Mladost make it 2 consecutive bronze medals? The game didn't disappoint at all. Let's just say Vojvodina had the advantage for the majority of the match. Mladost managed to level the score at 2-2, then 3-3 in the first quarter. The second one went in favour of the Serbian side. Thanks to Jennifer Pereira, Irina Amlieva, Jovana Radonjic and Aleksandra Termcic, Vojvodina was back on track. The Croatian side answered with only 2 goals scored. 7-5 after the first half. Now get this, halfway throughout the third quarter, Vojvodina had 9-7. It seemed like it was an established path for yet another run of goals. But Mladost had different plans. The Croatian side turned -2 into +1 with the remaining time of the period, and the scoreboard said Mladost 11, Vojvodina 9. An intense 8 minutes were ahead. Ria Glass was the absolute hero as the Croatians scored 5 goals in total, 2 of them in the last portion of the match. 11-9 was switched to 14-9 with a phenomenal display from Mladost. Vojvodina had a run of over 10 minutes without a single goal scored. 8 goals went unanswered. The key factor of the match definitely lies in the second half. A huge turnover that pointed the Croatian side in the right direction.
Third place award is going to Zaan.
The one where they step on the podium as the third place team for yet another year in a row.
And the bronze medalist of the Women's Challenger Cup, the team of Zagreb.
So now, the final of the 2025 Women's Challenger Cup. The all-Turkish final. Can the reigning champions do it for the second successive season? It didn't quite seem like it, as more than 9 minutes of the game went by, and it was Galatasaray who took the lead early on. 3 shots into the back of Mary Askew's net went unanswered before her teammates found the winning formula. 5 minutes to the half-time, 4-2 for Galatasaray. And then it was all Daniela Jakovic. The Australian Olympian scored 3 goals in 2.5 minutes to make it 5-4 for Izmir, their first advantage of the game. A new portion of excitement in the third quarter. Ida Moroglu was the one who extended Izmir's lead to 6-4, and just as it seemed that Galata was handed a comeback card with the penalty shot in their favour, Lena Mihajlovic's shot was denied by Mary Askew. But that was just one of 2 penalty shots she saved that quarter. Still, Mihajlovic managed to find the back of the net a minute later. Galatasaray was not giving up. There was plenty of time to turn things around in this tense match, even though they had a goal drought for 10.5 minutes. Elizaveta Ivanova showed it in the first attack of the last quarter. 6-6 on the board. But just when your opponents catch up, the trio of Kubra Kus, Emma Wright and Daniela Jakovic once again, for the 4th time this match, demonstrated just how you need to answer. 3 consecutive goals with 2 minutes and 42 seconds on the clock. There was no way that Izmir was going to let Galatasaray retake the lead. Gökçe Temel and Alkistis Beneku used the remaining attacks for Galata. But that was just as close as they could get, to 9-8 as the final result as the consolation prize. The title holders did it again. Izmir retained the trophy won in Zagreb last year. An intense match marked their 14th straight win in a row in this competition.
And there we have the winner, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, İzmir Büyükşehir Belediyesi of Turkey, the winner of the European Aquatics Women's Challenger Cup. Congratulations to the team of İzmir, and of course congratulations to all the teams which participated in this year's European Aquatics Challenger Cup. Of course, we have plenty more action to come.
The first games of the Challenger Cup semi-finals offered real drama. The same was expected in the second games played in Malta and Lithuania. Slima and Donk played a great first game. That ended with a single goal advantage for the Dutch team. A similar start in the return. It was 6-6 after an explosive first quarter. After the second 8 minutes, it's 7-7 with a great save from the Donk goalkeeper Bendgus. That has stopped Galea's penalty shot. That was his second successful penalty save in this match. The home team gained a 2-goal advantage after the goals from Schembri and Sherkop. At the end of the third quarter, it's 26-25 on aggregate for Slima. That was not the end of the drama. Donk scored 3 goals in a row for 9-10 Dutch advantage. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter, it's 10-10. Daniel Rizzo brought Slima close again. In the last 8 minutes, Donk scored twice, and that was a goal too much for Slima, who only managed to equalise 37 seconds before the end of the match. Donk is in the final. Aggregate score after 2 matches is 29-30. In the second semi-final played in Lithuania, Žaibas was planning to use the draw in the first match to secure the final. Last year they lost in the semi-final against Galatasaray. Zaan from Amsterdam went ahead first, but Žaibas answered quickly. That was the only time in this match they were behind. The Dutch were fighting back in the first half. That ended 5-5. Žaibas started to run away in the third quarter. It ended 11-8 for the Lithuanians. Zaan didn't surrender. 5 minutes to go, it was 12-11. 4.5 minutes to go, Luka Bosic uses a man up for a 13-11. Alexandro Kral on the Žaibas goal then saves their team 1 minute 44 before the end when he stopped Pascal Janssen's penalty shot. Krapic, Jelacha and Bosic led the Lithuanians to victory and the final that will be played next month. First match in Elektrānai on the 12th of April and the return match in Gouda on the 26th of April. Trieste, the city of wind, the city of coffee, and undoubtedly the city of Waterpolo. The middle of March was circled in the club calendar as the first step towards Eurocup glory. Pallanuoto Trieste hosted the first final leg of the Eurocup. Their opponents were a familiar squad.
For us, this is the second time in the final. Last year we did a good tournament. We are a young team, but I think this year is very important for us to continue to improve our situation. And repeat, we are ready to do good game, strong game. I think we are teenagers, but it's very important to stay calm because the Zaan team is very strong. They have 3-4 players, they have a good experience. It's very important to know we have 2 games. It's not to have speed to this, but slowly, and you read all situation.
Remember last year's Final Four of this competition? ZV Zaan surely remembers. It was the Italian squad who got the upper hand and went through to the final where they had to settle with a silver medal. Now an opportunity for revenge was in front of Mick van den Brie's squad. And what an opportunity it is, as it's only the 3rd time a Dutch club managed to get this far in the Eurocup's 25-year-long history. The 2nd time for Zaan, however, then named Nereus back in 2007.
Yeah, we played the semis here in Trieste, and we played 3 periods really well, and in the 4th we got stuck, and yeah, Trieste had the win. So yeah, I don't want to say it's a revenge, but we're really happy we're here, we know it, and yeah, we're looking forward to play against them. They grow a lot. I think the team is almost similar from last season, and the same is for us, and then you can really build to a higher level. So yeah, I'm curious what to expect in the water. We know each other, but it's a year ago. I think it's really, all coaches say, it's a final. So I don't want fear in my team. They need to play if it's like the first round game, and that's the most hard thing to do, because everybody understands it's a final, so you make a mistake, it can be really tough in the end. But yeah, that's our main priority. Play like we're 12-year-olds and we go like crazy. That's what we want to, yeah, what we want to show today.
Trieste's road was paved with 6 wins out of 7 games won this campaign. Step by step for the 2nd season in a row, the Italian club is en route to European success. Lots to be happy about for the president of Trieste, Enrico Sama.
Beh, sicuramente siamo molto orgogliosi come società di quello che la nostra squadra femminile ha fatto. Per il 2º anno consecutivo ci troviamo qui a questa finale Lendi Eurocup, quindi una gran soddisfazione. In più una giornata speciale è anche il compleanno della nostra capitana, Lucrezia, tutto per il meglio. Diciamo che quello che ci si aspetta con noi come dirigenti della Pallanuoto Trieste è sicuramente qualche volta anche più delle aspettative. Per noi è molto importante, da quando è nata la Pallanuoto Trieste più di 20 anni fa, la crescita di tutto il movimento. Il movimento sta crescendo pallanuotistico nella nostra città in maniera significativa. Abbiamo quasi 1500 atleti che ogni giorno si allenano, e la squadra femminile e la squadra maschile e anche la squadra paraolimpica sono tutte e 3 in A1, stanno dando dei risultati sempre migliori. Abbiamo appena fatto un buon 3° posto alla Coppa Italia con la femminile. Ieri è andata anche molto bene per la Coppa Italia per la squadra maschile, abbiamo battuto la Roma. Fra poco, fra circa un'ora e mezza, saremo contro il Prorecco e niente, quindi vediamo. Adesso la squadra femminile è giunta per la 2ª volta alla finale, vediamo, quindi le aspettative sono state totalmente soddisfatte, anzi.
La Piscina Bruno Bianchi as the main stage was set. The fans started arriving at the stands. The clock was ticking. Just a few more minutes till the first swim-off. The excitement was building. So did the tension. Ready, steady, go. The atmosphere was on fire from the home crowd, but it was the guest side who used it to their advantage early on. First possession, first attack, first goal. Just 27 seconds was needed for Lotta Happer to find the back of Fabiana Sparano's net. Trieste answered a minute and a half later, thanks to Arianna Gragnoliati's action shot goal. The key part was the mini run of 3 consecutive goals scored by the Dutch team. They capitalised on their precise shots, giving them the early lead, and quite a comfortable one indeed. 4-1 was reduced to 4-2, thanks to the first extra player shot for the home side. The goal courtesy of Georgia Klatowski, firing the ball into an empty net. 9 seconds on the clock before the end of the first quarter. The first opportunity directly from the 5-metre line. The captain, Laika Ruja, was next in line of the players who beat Fabiana Sparano. It was 5-2 for Zaan with a long way to go until the end. A first powerful display of Trieste's resilience and persistence in not giving up was shown in the second period. Even though Zaan kept the +4 to their advantage twice after using their 2 power plays, 3 goals in a row were enough by the half-time for Trieste to get back into the game. Goya Zidza, Arianna Gragnoliati and Emma De March built the comeback as the anticipation for what comes next was rising. 6-7 was on the scoreboard, 16 more minutes to go. Can the shifted momentum stay on the home side? The third period saw 2 goals on each side of the pool. Nerida Dreves, Jelena Vukovic, Laika Roja and Ariana Gragnoliati for the fourth time that night, this one from the penalty spot with 9 seconds to go. But it was still that one goal that separated the two teams. And the remaining tense 8 minutes are still ahead of us. The last quarter offered plenty of exclusions. Zaan had 3 power plays, but none of them were used. Mostly thanks to the great defensive display, supported by the great home crowd. 130 seconds to go. Il Bomba, as heard at the players' presentation beforehand. Jelena Vukovic finally accomplished what Trieste was so desperately trying to all along. A powerful and precise shot, igniting the home crowd even more. Right into Britt van den Dobbelsteen's net to level the score. 9-9. A glimmer of hope was still there for both sides, especially looking at what Trieste did last season in their previous encounter. They managed to overturn Zaan's 3 goals to 2 in their advantage, right in the last quarter. But luck smiled at the Dutch team first. Another numerical advantage. And another one. But the leitmotif remained the same. They weren't used. The same thing on the other half of the pool. Around 40 seconds to go, Trieste had the power play that wasn't turned into a goal. And just when everybody thought, yep, that's it, it's a tie, one of those movie-like moments happened. You know, the one where the main character fires a spectacular shot when nobody expects it, just before the buzzer, and it's all going in slow motion? Well, the hero of this plot was Nerida Dreves, who did just that. A foul outside the 6 meters, Dreves was aware the time was running out, and she went for the hit. 10-9 for Zaan. Composure under pressure. The ball fired past Fabiana Sparano's right hand and right into the net. With 0.8 seconds before the game was over, the late gold sealed a hard-fought victory. First step towards the trophy? Check. Unbeaten streak in the competition remains intact, but Zaan knows this is just half of the job done. The remaining portion awaits in Amsterdam on the 5th of April.
We did a strong match. The Zaan is a very good team. We started not very good during the game, but I like my team. So 3-4 goal less, and we remain in the game with the mentality. It's very good. It was a pity the last goal, but it's okay. The first part of the game in defense, we did a lot of mistakes. We prepare other move, but in this evening we did a lot of mistakes. But when we did the right move, we play very good.
I think it was a great final for everyone on the tribune, but I think for both coaches it was not the best to have. But of course, if you win the game with 1 second left, that gives a really nice feeling. You also see it with the girls. So well, of course, we're really happy with the win. But we know it's going to be decided in 3 weeks in Amsterdam. And especially we play some really nice man-ups when we got a clean goal to score. But then, Trieste was really fighting and moving, and they deserved to get closer to us. But our beginning of the game was good. Then we play in Amsterdam. I expect fully crowd in our pool. So I think this is so good for the sport that it's now 1 goal difference, a Euro Cup final. This will be a game for Trieste and for us to remember forever. So I'm looking forward to it.
Well, I think this match had everything. We started off really good, played like we wanted to play. But I think in the end they came back and they showed us what kind of good team they are as well. So I think this is a final how it should be. It was exciting until the last second. So yeah, I love playing here with all the audience and our fans with us as well. They gave a lot of good support. We're not there yet. It's just 1 goal difference. So in Amsterdam it will be a tough match as well. We can both still win. So we have to play as good as we did today in 3 weeks, and even better if we want to win. So yeah.
È un peccato aver perso una partita così perché eravamo sotto di 4, le abbiamo riprese e abbiamo giocato. È un peccato perché ci avevamo credute fino in fondo e prendere gol così all'ultimo fa male, però abbiamo 20 giorni di tempo per preparare il ritorno. E sicuramente sarà una battaglia in senso buono perché dobbiamo far vedere fin da subito quelle che siamo e quello che sappiamo fare, come abbiamo dimostrato nel corso del match.
This brings us to the end of another edition of Waterpolo World. We hope you liked it. We're back next month with more stories from Waterpolo World. We'll see you then.